My world so precious, you the apple of my eye. I gotta keep it real, like I cannot lie, like Walla Kazam. It was magic. The moment that I saw you, I knew I gotta have it. I shot my shot like Curry, no looking at the basket. We both came from nothing. See, we started off with plastic, and now we stuck together, something sorta like a magnet.
What's the dilly, illy, papa, willy? What's the deal, DNP Nation? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Press. We'll be back here again with another video. This is gonna be, because I told you guys about 2 videos ago that I was gonna let you guys know about how my very first day of clinicals went. Well, now I'm on my second day. I meant to post this video yesterday, but yeah. I meant to make this video yesterday, but yeah, I just didn't get around to it. But anyways, y'all. So, today was my second day of clinicals, and y'all, the first day was actually really interesting. So, the first day of clinicals, which was Monday. No, it was not Monday, it was Thursday. Thursday was my first day of clinicals. And it was really fun, actually. It was interesting, fun, kind of had mixed emotions. At first, going in, I was extremely nervous, like, what if I do something wrong? What if I mess up? That was the first day, and that was basically, all of our emotions and everything going into clinicals. But we actually did really good. I really don't have no complaints. Like, clinicals was honestly, it was really good. Like, I loved it. I love clinicals so much, especially the first day. But today it was really fun because, like, on Thursday, my team, like, we're split into teams of 4 with our instructor, and my team, we had about 10, I want to say about 8 to 10 patients. In my team, our patients were basically, self-sufficient, so we really didn't, need to do anything. Yeah, we didn't need to do anything at all, actually. And, besides, like, running them water, every 2 hours, seeing if they need a refill on their water. We checked pulse, respiration, temperature. We did that about 3 times on Thursday, going in, checking on, seeing if they need anything. Monday was pretty easy. Like, we really didn't have to really do anything for the patients besides that. I keep saying Monday, I mean Thursday. This past Thursday was my first day of clinicals. And it's Saturday now, and this was my second day. Oh my goodness, it is Saturday. This is my second day of clinicals. Today, it was different. Oh, and also on Thursday, like, for those of you that don't know what pressure ulcers are, it's really painful. Like, pressure ulcers, they can, form just by, older persons, especially the ones that are incontinent. They don't really do, like, a lot of movement. And so they can, like, let's say you got a person on bed rest. If they're not turned, every 2 hours, they're going to start to develop pressure ulcers, which is basically, sores on the body. Usually, the bony areas, or even, like the lower part of your body, like the legs. We had this one patient that we saw. We were going in to check on her and do a bed turn and a bed bath and everything. And, she had pressure ulcers. And, like, in the book, like, when you look at pressure ulcers in the book, it looks, it almost looks fake. But we actually saw pressure ulcers on one of our patients on Thursday, and it was, like, so real. Like, you can see the open skin, the open, it was just horrible. But at the same time, it was a learning experience for us to let us know, people that are incontinent, people that, that are on bed rest and don't really have that much movement, it is very crucial that you turn them every 2 hours. When you're making the bed, and when you're putting, a blue pad or anything on there that's up under them that's actually physically touching their skin, there needs not to be any wrinkles in there. Like, the smallest things can, smallest things together that add up, they can, go on to be pressure ulcers, which is what I learned. And today, which is Saturday, today it was kind of a different day. We went to the opposite side of the hall, and it was fun, y'all. But yeah, today we went to the opposite side of the hall, and like, I was in my same group. This time I had 3 patients. And, like, everybody had about 2 or 3 patients, but I had 3 patients myself. I had 2 patients that were, independent. They really didn't need anything, besides, water every 2 hours, having to measure their intake and output. And for those of you that don't know what intake and output is, that's basically, let's say they want a certain amount of food or a certain amount of liquids. we would, call down on the hospital phone, call down to the cafeteria. They would bring that up, and then I'm talking too much. Intake and output is very self-explanatory. It's basically, like it says, intake, output. What they're given, and then so let's say I have a patient, he wants orange juice, so I give him 12 milliliters. I don't know why I can't talk, y'all. I give him 12 milliliters of orange juice. He only drinks 4. How much is left? The intake is 4. No, the intake is, he only drinks 12 and he drinks 4. And the intake, what's the intake? What's the output? So he comes in, I'm bringing him in 12, he only drinks 4. How much is left? No, 8. I messed up, y'all. But yeah, 8. It's really self-explanatory, really. I'm gonna have a little video. I'm gonna show a little clip about intake and output. But for those of you that don't know, because like it's so intriguing to me. Like I thought intake and output would be a lot difficult than what it was, but it's not. What else did I do today? I did a bed bath. I did a partial bath. I shaved. Not me personally, but me and one of my classmates, we shaved a resident. He was a 91-year-old. It was, oh my gosh, y'all. It was so, like, I was moving like so slow. Like it was really fun. And like, he was talking to us throughout the whole entire time. So, we were like basically, keeping conversation and changing the topic and everything. So that way he doesn't really, focus on that we're shaving him. But yeah, it was really fun. We did that. We did vitals. I love doing vitals. The only difficult part right now is like, well, it's not really difficult because I haven't physically done it myself, but the charting. Like you have to chart. To me, like you have multiple patients, and it's important that you chart, every few hours, so that way, when it comes to end of your shift, you're not trying to get cram all this information in, and then you end up messing up something. So for me, I learned today that when you're charting, or like when you have certain patients, you have downtime, try to chart, every 2 hours, because there's always going to be changes and everything. Like they may eat a different amount for lunch than they ate for breakfast, and vice versa. But yeah, I mean, today was pretty simple. But yeah, y'all, today was like really simple. Like I said, I did a bed bath, I shaved the resident, I did parental care. What else did I do? I did vitals, I did a lot of stuff. I didn't do a shower. I did not give my residents a shower because most of my residents were self-sufficient and they just didn't want to shower while we were there. So I didn't get to that part. But besides that, everything else was fine. Like, I don't know. Like I go so into depth when I talk about clinicals because like I've always dreamed of being in the medical field. And yeah, I know that some people, obtaining your CNA license at the age of 22, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not 22, I'm 23. Yeah, oh my goodness. Some people, obtaining your CNA license at the age of 23 is not that big of a deal. You know what, to those people, I don't care.
Period! 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 Period!
Because like everyone isn't always going to stay on the right path. Like I was supposed to, if I would have stayed on track, I would be out of nursing school right now. I would be an RN right now, but I didn't. I started in my first year of college, and then I got distracted, and I kind of just like rolled off, and I said I'm done with school. I took like a 2.5-3 year break, And then it took God literally talking to me and showing me that, I need to get back on track with my life and do what I always wanted to do in my heart, which is be in the medical field. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking those steps to get to my goal. My goal is to be a doctor, but I want to be a nurse first, pediatric nurse. Y'all know I love the baby, so my field, I felt like, why not combine two things that you love and go into that field, which is medicine and children. So pediatrics works perfectly. But yeah, I'm getting ready. I got CPR certified. I have about a week and a half left of clinicals, and then we're going to take our state tests. There's a few nursing homes that's hiring and everything, but honestly, I want to work at the hospitals, because with me wanting to be a nurse and being a doctor, I feel like I would get more experience, and it's a bit faster paced at the hospitals as opposed to nursing homes. Plus, y'all, the nursing homes, the COVID cases is really, that's where the COVID cases is really at, and I don't want to, even jinx, or I don't want to even possibly bring that home to me, bring that home to my husband, basically, because just me and my husband, I don't want to bring that home to him, because that would not good. But yeah, but I really want to work in the hospital, so I'm praying that after clinicals and everything, because like as y'all know, I am a department manager at Walmart, but my heart and everything is in medicine, and I'm going to work at the hospital. So I'm praying that I can get a, maybe an evening, or even not a nighttime, I'm going to say an evening job at, even working a few days a week. Just get an evening job at one of the hospitals, which is preferably St. John's. I I like St. John's. Like, I just get a good vibe from St. John's. So far I like, the people that we're working with. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much it. Sorry y'all if I'm rambling, like these Storytime videos and stuff, like I just be rambling quite a bit. I'm starting to sound like my husband, because he rambles all the time. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about clinicals and how it's going. About less than 2 weeks, I will be able to get in the field as a CNA. Now, we don't know exactly yet when we're going to take our state test, because of the whole COVID thing. A lot of the testing sites are actually closed down. So I'm praying for that we're able to take our test right after we get out of class. But quite a few places will actually allow you to, as long as you finish the class and as long as you finish the clinical portions and get all your hours, they'll still allow you to place there and get a job there, even though you haven't taken the state test. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to get a second job at St. John's. You got to start somewhere. So, and before I end this video, I just want to leave y'all with a little tip. All right, y'all, and before we close out of this video, I just want to leave y'all with a few words of encouragement. For those of you, who got off track, or even those of you who stayed on track, don't ever let somebody tell you what you can and what you can't do with your life. Whatever you feel is an accomplishment to you, it doesn't matter if someone else who's not in your footsteps or walking in your footsteps or even live the life that you live, it doesn't matter if they don't believe it's an accomplishment. As long as you know that you're taking steps forward to, get into your career, taking steps forward to get where you want to be in life, that's all that matters. I literally had a few people tell me, becoming a CNA at the age of 23, that's not the greatest thing in the world. Okay, but my thing is, we didn't walk the same walk, I'm in my shoes. It's just a whole bunch of things that came to my mind. But then, God just told me, don't even respond to it. Everything happens for a reason, and I believe God had me to wait and do my CNA class and start back up with school and everything now, and I'm happy that he did, because before my head was not on straight, and now my head is, I'm in a good headspace, and I'm knocking down goal after goal after goal. So another thing, you have a goal, work towards it, you will reach it. Don't ever give up, and don't ever let someone tell you what you can and can't do in your life. As long as you're taking steps and growing, growth is important. As long as you're growing and going forward instead of going backwards, That's the goal. But all right, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. As I said before, I mentioned 2 videos before, which I will post that link to that video down below. I mentioned in that video that I will be telling you guys about how clinicals is going, so I can keep you guys, updated and everything with that. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If this is your very first time viewing our channel, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace and love from DNP Nation.
Everybody go to YouTube and subscribe.
Go subscribe to
DNP Nation.
Go subscribe to DNP Nation.
DNP Nation.
DNP Nation.
Go subscribe to DNP Nation.
Make sure to subscribe.
You'll love it.
Go subscribe to DNP Nation and hit that bell.
Hit the bell so y'all can be notified every single time they upload a video.